Welcome back to Put You On. My name is Michael. I'm here with my dad.
Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And today we are listening to The New Abnormal by The Strokes. We heard Julian recently on the Daft Punk album. This is my favorite Strokes album. I know you know that I'm a big fan, but we haven't done them yet.
Right.
So this was their most recent album, which was from 2020.
Okay.
So 3 years ago. It was their first major collaboration with Rick Rubin, who's a legendary producer, record producer. Yeah, this album is pretty short, 9 tracks, but it's by far my favorite Strokes album, and I love the Strokes, but I feel like Rick Rubin just has a certain magic.
I find them a lot like it's no coincidence probably that the names are the same, but I in the beginning I would get them confused with the Struts.
Yeah.
And, it was Megan that turned me on to the Struts. And I feel they both have like their own cult followings. You either really love them or you're just indifferent to them.
Yeah.
But the fans that do love them, they follow them everywhere, and they like their fan groups are very strong.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is like, it's been a little over 3 years now since this album came out, and I put it right up there with like Currents and albums like that. Like if I had my personal real top 10 list.
Desert Island discs, they call them. What would you want to spend if you had to live on a desert forever?
It's one that like constantly, since it's come out over the past 3 years to this day, like I constantly revisit it, constantly go back to it, and I never, feel bored of it or that it's getting old.
No skips?
There's one for me. I won't tell you which one until we get to it.
Okay.
There's only one.
All right.
I think there's like 8 perfect tracks and one okay track. I'm doing a little bit of a trend here of albums that I know are coming very soon.
I noticed.
So we're gonna. I'd like to do
where something new is coming out.
Yeah.
That's
so I know
cool.
this is coming very soon. I don't know if it's going to be this month or next month, but I guarantee by next month it'll be out. They've been talking about it for a while.
We'll be ready.
Yeah. Track 1 is called The Adults. Oh, album cover. I didn't show you it. Super cool album cover. I should get the vinyl. I'll get it at the end.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the artist, but there's an artist that made this, and it's a really cool, kind of like graffiti style. There's like a pigeon in the middle. They're New York based, so there's some New York references.
Pigeon's a state bird.
Yeah. There's some New York references in the album.
Oh, that's cool.
Stuff like that. Track 1 is called The Adults Are Talking.
Almost sounds like
been saying you're sophisticated. They're complaining, overeducated. We can't help
The stereo on this album
if we are the problem.
is really good.
We
I like that.
are trying hard to get your attention, climbing up your wall. Climbing up your wall. Don't go there 'cause you never return. I know you think of me when you think of her, but then it don't make sense when you're trying hard to do the right thing, but with a recompense. And then you did something wrong. You said it was great, and now you don't know how you could
right before he broke into the high pitch, I was saying, wow, it's unusual that he would, for that kind of beat, that he would keep a low,
Yeah. It's like
low
under
range
the
the whole
music.
time. Yeah. Like, kind of like Devo. There was his band Devo, and they were very, it was, yeah, it's very fast, but it feels kind of like punk.
Yeah,
like
they
almost
they
like
have that in their roots.
like new wave.
yeah, like rebellious. Kind of.
Yeah, there was a period in the 80s where, I guess hip hop hadn't really taken off. 70s rock was still, big to the rock fans, but everything else, like U2, you could hear like early U2 type here.
Yeah.
Flock of Seagulls, very new wave music. Everybody was trying to really grab onto the synthesizer and make it work, because if their voices weren't whatever they were, or the band couldn't sing. But it started out kind of, it kind of reminded me like that SNL scene at Christmas where, with Jimmy Fallon and
Yeah, it's like the drum loop sounds like something from like a Casio.
exactly,
preset, like,
exactly, yeah. And then I was struck by how, the lyrics and the singing were low range, and I felt like, wow, what a fast paced song to keep such a low
Yeah,
range.
and his voice
then
is slow.
yeah, but
the
then
music's
he
fast.
accelerated it,
Yeah.
and raised the range.
He is one of the most unique, fascinating voices I think ever. Like he can do that really quiet, low, but then he can really peak and sing and explode.
Which is also, to me, feels very reminiscent of a band called The Killers
oh yeah, for
from
sure.
Ireland, right? You know them.
Yeah.
And same kind of thing. You could start a song really,
And then explode.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, where's that coming
Yeah.
from? That's coming out of that guy.
That's such a cool
That was good.
opener.
Yeah.
I mean, the mixing and instrumentation on the album is like, so yeah, this track's called Selfless, track 2.
It also feels like another band that feels limited by the studio.
Yeah.
Like they,
Trying to break out.
probably
Yeah.
love to shine on stage.
Lay your hand across my face. Yeah. Please don't be long, 'cause I want your love. I don't have love without you.
Wow, the guitar, when it started, it sounded just like his voice.
Yeah.
How did this fit in your story? Yeah. Why'd you let them judge your body? Yeah. I'll be waiting there outside. Yeah. Please don't be long. Waste my breath, no lessons learned. I turn and face the enemy. I'm not scared, just don't care. I'm not listening, you hear?
Very guitar oriented, that one. The drums, while it picked up at the end there, and it felt like they were about to, explode.
They never crescendo.
No,
fully,
it just kind of stayed measured.
but his voice is,
His voice on that one was everywhere.
yeah, the range is going
Yeah,
all over the place.
great to be young. Those vocal cords can do so much when you're young.
It's like an extreme,
It's another instrument.
yeah, and it displays such yearning for this person.
You could hear it
You know?
cracking.
It's like he's begging almost on
you
the
could-
microphone.
You could hear it. You could hear the edginess
Yeah.
a couple times.
very
But very
pretty.
guitar. Yeah, a lot of guitar, strumming,
Strumming,
chords.
plucking,
Yeah.
and it's all. But what I like too about his voice is that like he'll start with one hook or verse and do it one way, and then when it comes back, it's completely different.
It's not
Like he's
repeated.
hitting different notes and stretching different things. Like it's not the same exact, exact vocal and melody. It's like kind of tweaking a little bit each time.
Nice lyrics.
Yeah.
Well written. I like that one.
Yeah, really pretty.
They're both so far, that one was a little more somber, but
Yeah.
the first one was like a happy, and that was kind of like a little bit sad, but
Yeah.
the message was
This is called Brooklyn Bridge to Chorus. So I was saying there's some
clever.
New York touches in the
Bridge
album.
to chorus.
Yeah, and that's a cool play on the words, obviously.
One shot is never enough. I just wait for us to go in circles. A lifetime of giving up. Oh, you must stop, give me a break. I want new friends, but they don't want me. And making plans while I'm on TV. Thought it was them, but maybe it's me. I want new friends, but they don't want me. And the 80s song. Yeah,
Every time there's a verse switch, there's a tempo switch.
when they said this is the beginning of the best years, even though false break.
Has a bit of a British
Yeah.
pop feel
One
to it.
shot is never enough. I just wait for this to go into circles. And the distance from my room is.
You're right. The second time around on this chorus, he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's different.
My
completely.
new friends, they'll seem to all me. Hurts my case, but that's okay. It hurts my case, but that's okay. Oh, another song, oh, another day.
Again, a very upbeat song,
Yeah, that one's the most
right?
So
So far, good tempo.
punchy.
Very, very reminiscent to me of like my early 80s, journey between, back and forth. Like, do I like this? Do I like British? Do I like, can we admit that we're going full new wave because they didn't know what else to call it?
Yeah.
So to have Rick Rubin on this, it feels very early 80s. I could tell that, definitely. It doesn't feel today-ish. In terms of, I think, what would work with a new fan base, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It feels very appropriate for the time. What year did you say it was again?
This 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got mixed up there. So that's only 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty recent. Track 4 is called Bad Decisions. This was one
Made
of
a
the
lot of those in the 80s.
This is one of the singles. I think this might have been the first single that they released
Okay.
from the album. This one definitely feels like a step
I mean,
back.
to me,
Like a big
I
step
was steeped in it. So
Yeah.
the Go-Go's, them too.
Down the lights, I'm sitting with you. Moscow, 1972.
The Cure.
Yeah.
I'm making bad decisions. I'm making bad decisions. I'm making bad decisions for you. I'm making bad decisions. I'm making bad decisions. I'm
bass guitar a little more prominent.
Yeah.
This one.
And drums. A little heavier.
So far, yeah. Yeah, the lead and the bass, very noticeable. And he lets the bass guitar come through while the vocals take a little slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a single.
Yeah.
Making bad
The melodies, yeah, are very prominent.
Making bad If I was a DJ, we could groove one of those right into the other, I think. Nice come down. Oh, I really like that one. Still having fun. I mean, does that irk you that I'm comparing it so much?
No. I mean, I think it's like evident.
I wonder.
I don't think it's a negative.
Like
thing.
if that was intent, like, do they know? I mean, I do they know? Like,
No, I mean,
I wouldn't they're not an 80s band.
but the cool
my
thing is
goodness.
that they can take all these sounds and then, they can take all these like older sounds or influences and then make it into, a 2020 somewhat modern sounding album.
Yeah, I
know what I mean?
I'm very. I mean, if you hadn't kept reminding me, I would think we're listening to something from just around that period because they did it so well.
Yeah.
And even then, even hearing it now doesn't feel like something I'd heard before. It's reminiscent of it, but you're right. It kind of has its own. The drums weren't as heavy back then that they are here.
Yeah, it's like not a copycat. It's like a
No.
a newer fusion.
Yeah, picking the best parts that they liked.
Yeah,
And delivering it.
see, so what's interesting is that's the one I said that's my skip.
Really?
But I'm because it's not a bad song at all. I like it. I think it's a good song. But I think maybe the reason why
you
is
like
because
complexity.
yeah, I think that one sounds the most
Pop.
or just in that time era.
Okay.
That on this album, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Like that one sounds the most like this is like an
A
80s
hit maker.
style.
Yeah.
Track 5 is called Eternal Summer.
I like the titles too. They're very
Yeah, they're
Cool.
great.
When I think of you, so is on my mind.
Super high register.
This history true. No one saves the day. Summer is coming, won't go away.
I think I may have heard this one.
Possibly from me.
I can't believe it. This is the 11th hour. Psychedelic. Life is such a funny journey. Luckily, your silence is no longer.
Again, the vocal switch, tempo switch.
They got the remedy, but they won't let it happen. Summer is coming.
That one feels a little Tame Impala.
Oh yeah,
I could see
yeah.
how you like the same thing.
I love my falsettos.
You do. Yeah. And the very basic bum bum.
Yeah.
Like not much else. Bum bum. Let the voice do the
Yeah.
manipulation.
It's darker at the end.
What's that?
Gets a little darker towards the end.
Yeah, no, it feels. Well, the lyrics was good. Were good, punching that across, and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that falsetto is right up there with,
Yeah, it's so good with Kevin.
which is really hard to go up there, and then
And
he
then to
came down, with
crash
that.
down.
Yeah, with the
Can't believe it.
yeah, yeah. It's almost like I'd love to see him. I'd love to see the recording of that, where you got to probably crane your neck to get that high, and then
Yeah.
bring it down.
That song's a odyssey.
Yeah, I was
A
tricked.
lot happening.
The title of "Endless Summer" sounds like something
Like a
pleasant.
party song.
Yeah, you want an endless summer.
That sounds like torturous.
Yeah,
Like you want it to end, kind of.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, there's some references like psychedelics in the
I heard.
song, but that song to me always feels like middle of the day, summertime, and someone's just like their brain is just fried off psychedelics. It's like there's happy parts, there's dark parts, but it's like everything keeps looping over and over, and it feels like eternal summer, like, you know, because at the very end it gets dark, and then it ends with look on the bright side. It's like, okay, maybe it's kind of ending now. That's how I always feel it. I feel it's like someone's like tripping balls, and it's like a super nice day out, and it's just
And
feels
it's
like,
funny,
is this
I-
shit gonna end, or
I felt like it really grabbed me when it got super dark. I was going with it because
yeah, it's like the bright part is like a fake out, like you're saying. It's
yeah,
like,
it's something when he came down off the falsetto, and then everybody's on the fucking
And the
take.
instruments
you want to
get-
take, or you want to take
Yeah.
too? Like he's angry
He's
about
screaming.
it. Yeah,
and the instruments match. It's like
Oh,
they get
very-
screechy and
making the
distorted.
guitar wail.
But when the chorus comes, it's dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
It's like bright and
Yeah.
happy. I love
Yeah.
that song. It's like it kind of feels like a little Pink Floyd structure,
a little mesmerizing,
where
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
multiple sections, and it's long, and it's taking you through all these different
Good comparison,
feelings. But
yeah,
so yeah, this is called At the Door.
you can't see it, but we're watching.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that. And I think they have the lyrics on the screen, so it works anyways.
It looks like a video game. The start of a video game.
I can't escape it. Never gonna make it out of this in time. I guess that's just fine. I'm not there quite yet. My thoughts such a mess. I come in on board. What you running for? Struck me like a chord. I'm an ugly boy, holding out the knife.
Beautiful.
Lonely after love.
It's an incredible video.
Oh my gosh.
You beg me not to go, sinking like a stone. Use me like an oar. Get yourself to shore. Bang at the door. Hard to find what I can't see. Not trying to build no dynasty. can't see beyond this wall.
Great video.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing.
I'm actually getting more out of the song than the video, honestly, for me. So how you thought it might take away, it's actually not. It's nice to look at, but I'm getting more from the delivery. It's
Yeah.
a big switch in the album here,
Oh yeah.
but very apocalyptic
Yeah.
and, you know, fighting what you can't see. That's very, like you said, COVID appropriate. Yeah. I mean, that goes along with your comparison of the other song, you know, where you know, it changed to hopeful from, you know, dark.
Yeah.
But that song was, I saw it more like from the domestic abuse maybe type of
Yeah. Trying to
side.
escape.
The arguing of the parents, you could see,
Yeah.
was very prominent there. And maybe, you know, I don't know how much influence the band had in the video, or if it was just the interpretation of the,
Yeah.
you know, the writer and the director of the video. But, you know, it could apply to whatever you want it to, right?
Yeah. Beautifully written and sang.
Yeah.
And the production is extremely stripped back compared to the rest of the album. It's a big, it feels like a big open space.
Well, this is one where you definitely feel the band or the songwriter letting you in on fears
Yeah.
of whatever they are. Again,
Yeah.
you know, it just so happens that this, you know, this video happened to show adults. But then again, another song said, let the adults talk, right? So,
Yeah. It's interesting. He gives these little tidbits of, you know,
yeah.
kind of little droplets.
Right. Lying on the cold floor, you know,
Use me like an oar to get yourself to shores.
that's a good one.
The lyrics on the album, on this song specifically, are so good. I should pull them up since, yeah. And he even references the little
I'm an ugly boy.
ugly
Yeah,
boy
yeah.
running
Right.
away from problems.
Because kids tend to blame themselves, you know,
Yeah.
when they see things going on in the home. If that's, you know, not right, they blame themselves, not knowing what the real deal is. And I can't escape it. You know?
Yeah, definitely like a standout in sound and tone.
Big-
from all the other
Big
tracks.
insert for the album right
Yeah,
there.
and
Yeah.
for that to be the lead single, I find very interesting. Like this was the first single, so it's like, you know, that's kind of a crazy thing to put out.
Usually
as a
like
single.
something, yeah, I could
Like
see
the
the
bad
reverse.
decisions make more
Bad
sense.
decisions, a little upbeat. Yeah.
But yeah,
Good one.
great track. Track 7 is called "Why Are Sundays So Depressing."
Sing a song, paint a picture, can't take it, babe. Your body talks to me, like in a movie, babe. I let it pass away.
Good groove.
I want your time. Don't ask me questions. I love you and I'm honest, so you know it's no lie. You're hiding in the background, but you wanna be found. You got me on my back and now
and all the switches for each section.
Please, baby, take me away. Yeah. I want to die. Can't miss that 9 to 5. Yeah, do those things that you
I love when that beat comes back
Good
in.
one.
fight just like a child. Hey.
The guitar on the left side is so fast. It's like someone's, you know.
Wicked. A little more somber these past two songs, but
Yeah.
this one has a good
A
groove.
little more groove.
Yeah. But a little more serious in tone. Yeah, great.
Yeah, so
I
good.
mean, very,
Again, like you said, that even how it rides out at the end, like
yeah.
you could just let that go for so long. Like,
Yeah.
because just the melodies in the instruments, like the
Good
dun,
tone,
dun,
good
dun, dun.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah, this album is like a
It could be lyricless. It could be without lyrics, and that would be a good
yeah.
one.
It's just the groove is so killer.
Yeah.
This album, so many points feels like the left side and the right side are just having like a battle. You
That
know? Like,
that one actually reminded me of the Gorillas a little bit.
oh, for sure.
And now that they've had a video, I'm
Putting the pieces
I'm being
together.
set in that, like, that type of music mind frame.
Yeah, like creating a little mental
Yeah, like
world.
some distortion. Yeah, nothing of reality. So we didn't get the question answered because I don't think it was even asked, why are
No.
Sundays depressing?
No.
It's just, it feels a little bit like, it was more serious, but it had a good lilt and a good catchy,
Yeah.
good driving beat.
So yeah, this one's called Not the Same Anymore.
You're not the same anymore. Don't wanna play that game anymore. You'd make a better window than a door. You are strange, but I like you. Sorry, this is overdue. I promised I would do it right. Her and a boy on a Saturday night.
More door references
And now the door slams shut.
in relation to his childhood.
The child prisoner grows up to seek his enemy's throat cut. I was afraid I fucked up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I couldn't change. It's too late.
Nice crescendo there.
I think this second half is more personal.
Heavy. Yeah. Introspective. My voice is cracking.
You'll grow up one day, don't worry.
And now it's time to show up.
This is an epic, yeah, grand chorus. And then it slides you down.
really good. Really good, that one.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, very, very deep, personal. You can feel the feelings coming out of that song.
Yeah.
And I like at the end how I always wonder sometimes when a song runs on like that, like how does the artist, whether you're on stage or not, what are you doing with that time? Like it's good that it runs on, but it almost feels like I'm waiting. Either they're thinking of a new lyric, or is it just, is it the feeling of being drained and now you just you
I think that's what it is.
You got to let it run itself out.
Like he let all this stuff out, and then it was like, kind of, the sitting in it.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does my voice keep cracking? Hold on. I haven't been drinking enough water. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I like songs like that. Like you would say, oh, enough is it. Like if you're impatient, you could be like, okay, end it already. But that one felt needed.
Feels very nostalgic.
Yeah, like it has to glide you out. It couldn't have ended abruptly. I mean, I guess it could have with a big cymbal smash.
Yeah.
But it was nice the way it trailed out. But definitely deep.
Personal feelings and
You can feel it just
childhood feelings
dripping in the song. Yeah.
Yeah. And his screaming is like, like
Yeah, no
clearly
matter what the topic is,
you can feel the emotion
it
behind
doesn't
his-
matter. You can, the singer is giving you something that you can't help but relate to, the emotion.
And that one probably has one of the more grand chorus pieces. I didn't with the strumming. And
Bam, 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 bam.
that
bam,
one does
bam,
hit
bam.
a
Yeah.
like where the other ones kind of go in and out. That one builds to a big crescendo. So the closing track,
Boo.
I know, is an ode to our favorite team. That
Really?
brings us so much pain.
Shit. Nice.
We're in a dark period right now
Yes.
as Mets fans,
Oh gosh.
but it's part of the experience.
It's not 1969, so
Yeah,
it's just
but
painful.
maybe this song will be some like good juju.
A little bomb. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be some like
Oh, that's great. Ode to the Mets.
So yeah, this is the closing track of the album. Yeah, the
it's
tempo
hard to.
but this is my favorite part, like the part that doesn't blend, then blends. And it comes together.
Up on his horse, not gonna wake up here anymore. There's some time, it's not the truth. Sizes you up,
Much like the first song.
Yeah.
Very low range.
Drums, please, fab. And I got it all. I got it all. Waiting for me down on the street. But now you gotta do something special for me. Yeah, I'm under his thumb. I'm on his back. I will not show my teeth to crack. I need you there. I need you there. But I didn't know. I didn't know.
Really good, that one.
That's the
Huh?
most epic closer ever.
Nice close.
So epic.
Makes you right away want to go back to the
I know.
others and play it again because
The,
that's a
the
repeat.
replay value on the album, like going from that right back to this, it's like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
different, but it's like, wow, we came a long way from,
I know.
you're right, it's like
It started out
really
yeah,
bright,
I really.
and then it gets really,
Yeah, it tricked me.
Deep and
I
dark.
thought, the first 2, 3 were very fun songs. Like not much other than the guitar and playing
Yeah.
around. But then it started to get
it changes the second
about as
half.
close as I felt to like a new U2 album, modern one, where he grew as a singer and became less concerned about the way his voice sounded and more about the lyrics.
And you,
And that's what this album felt like. It sounded, the beginning part felt like, fun sounds and different
Yeah.
beats.
and the lyrics are almost not as important.
Vanilla, very vanilla.
But yeah, the second half is
Oh,
like,
it just, the depth of him coming out was very revealing. Very, it made the lyrics, the music and the lyrics were great together,
Yeah.
and it just made the album more powerful.
Yeah.
I'd say the video to go with it was terrific.
yeah,
I'm very impressed. I mean, I for 2020, that's very recent.
yeah.
I gotta believe they'll play that in Flushing.
Oh, yeah.
They got to.
Oh yeah, and Brooklyn Bridge to chorus.
Yeah. Wow.
But again, nothing really to do with the Mets, but
No, it just it's pretty cool.
but I mean, such an epic. I mean, this whole last outro is like,
From the door on,
yeah, I mean, like
from at the door on, it was
his vocal
very-
performance and songwriting. You're right. It like
it
takes
really
a big
picked
uptick
up.
in
Yeah.
the second half. But it's cool because it's like, it feels like them kind of like breaking out of a shell here. It's like, from Bad Decision, which sounds so classic, and you were pulling so many references and stuff, but then it's like they're
Then
kind
it
of
stopped. There was no more 80s.
yeah, from Eternal Summer, At the Door,
Yeah,
Sundays,
it
Not the
became
Same.
very original. There was no more. I
Yeah.
didn't feel more like you said, Floyd, psychedelica,
personal
ballad.
ballads. But now that I think about it, and I've never thought about this, but it's fun when I think of these things when we do these videos. It's like, because I was like, how is Bad Decisions a single and Ode to At the Door? But it's kind of genius if you think about it. It's like kind of like the two sides of the album. Like,
Well,
Bad
yeah.
Decisions is very, easy to listen to, vanilla.
Yeah, people want to. If you're advertising something,
But I'm saying
and
it's cool that they showed kind of the two.
Oh,
Because At the Door is such a drastic, different song than that. It's
I
like,
think if you were already a fan, you're not going to be disappointed.
for sure.
And if you've never been a fan, I can almost not wait. Like you said, if there's new stuff coming out, I can almost not wait to hear it.
And it's going to be the second, basically, the follow up to this, because it's going to be Rick Rubin again. He's doing the whole
Pretty
album.
awesome.
So this whole thing was his, help put it together.
Yeah,
the
I
sounds and everything.
I really enjoyed this one.
It's so good.
This might be the closest I've come to finding a new band. I would say the Struts was the most recent
Yeah.
new fandom for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this right up there.
This album made me like a legit
Yeah.
fan. But it's cool to look at the artwork in person.
Wow, I've never seen an album wrapped like that.
Yeah, it's like,
That's pretty
it's because
neat.
this is. Oh, there you go. There's there's like the cropped album cover.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like a wall in Queens.
Yeah, like very
under
graffiti,
under the subway trestle.
but it's really cool though. Poster, like like their silhouette.
Oh, I love that. U2 did that,
Oh, shit.
and it's become iconic for them. So yeah, I mean, I thought that's where we were going, like a tribute to the '80s sound, which we did on one rap artist, and some people said, yeah, I was right, that it did sound '80s. I can't think of who it was.
MF Doom, maybe
Maybe
with all the cartoon
maybe
samples and stuff.
But not that it's a knock. I was enjoying it because like I said, I mean, all the comparisons I could think of, I was throwing out. But then it just, starting with At the Door, just got very original, very Pink Floydish, very emotional, very deep,
Yeah.
but still great hooks, great beats, great driving,
Great melodies. Yeah.
great voice.
But yes,
It was very good. That was great.
And again, like with Travis, their album should be out soon. Their new one with Rick Rubin. One of my most anticipated albums of the year. So whenever it comes out, we'll be there. We can do it.
Yeah,
Day one.
we will.
My fucking voice. I don't know what's going on.
Me and Mickey will be back.
It's going to be hard to edit it out. Maybe I just, will
Just
say
leave
fuck
it in. What the fuck?
I don't know what it is.
It's just dry.
Just have not been drinking enough water. Oh, God.
It's all the smoke we had recently. It was like fucking Mars around here. I don't know about you guys, but anybody here in the Northeast, so we had smoke coming down from Canada, and one day our whole sky was yellow, and then it turned orange, and you could smell it and taste it, and it was
gross.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
So
The new abnormal.
yeah, the new abnormal, exactly.
Perfect ending.
Yes, prepare for the doom.
Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Mike.
And we'll see you next week with a new album and a new video. Peace.